It's cool. It's
Do
cool.
you mind if I powder you?
No, please do. I have a little bass on.
Just to give you a little.
Don't rub it in like that. Give it to me. Yeah.
There you go, honey.
Yeah.
Do you want a bigger one?
No, I got a big enough one. Most people come up to me and say Shatner. I don't know. I get all kinds of things. I get beam me up, Scotty. I hear say Denny Crane. They say, did you get your deal on an airplane from Priceline? And I just smile. And then my wife nudges me. I just answer to anything. I think of myself as somebody valiantly trying to get laughs all the time, missing about half the time, which is shameful. So I run around humiliated and exonerated about 50% of the time. Because a laugh is as delicate as an orchid. It's just, it's almost, it can be there and then it can be gone. It's a will-o'-the-wisp. Nobody knew that Star Trek would be successful. In fact, it wasn't. And it was only subsequently, as it was in syndication, that it became more popular. And then the movies began, and then other iterations of Star Trek and conventions, and all that took place 10, 15, 20 years later. It's a phenomenon. Nobody in their right mind. Now, there may have been a crazed soothsayer in some cave in the Yucatan who said, but Star Trek will be, but nobody listened to him because nobody knew. It was a great deal of fun doing Denny Crane. David Kelly is a genius. I mean, he's writing and thinking of all these crazy things. And every so often during the 5 years we were on the air, I'd have these strange external things to say. Or sometimes we'd comment on Star Trek, or it was bizarre. On the last half a dozen shows, Kelly writes a line for me to say to somebody. You know, I live my life as though I'm in a television show. The character says, what a great concept. Now, I'm going to take a phone call. On a web. Drag up to answer, unknown number. We're going to discover who this is together. Hello? Dad? Melanie? It's my daughter. Wait a minute, my daughter was at the taping. My daughter was at the taping the other day of Bleep My Dad Says. What did you think? She thinks it's hysterical. It was funny, wasn't it? I think I was involved with horses when I was a kid. It was only later in life when I had some money to spend on horses that I began to become fascinated by it. And I had some land, and the guy said, why don't you buy a horse? And I bought one horse, and I bought another. And finally I was up to my neck in horses. Being a good rider is being a good human being. I mean, there is a area that has never really been examined about the spiritual part of riding a horse that leads you to the mechanics of riding a horse and perfects it. And it all comes from the core of being able to say to the horse, I'm here, and let us do this together. And you need to do that with a relationship, and you need to do that as an actor, approach a part with humility. I've learned to do things so much better as I've gotten older. Everything. From having a conversation to riding a horse to acting. I've learned more as I've gotten older. I've really learned. Certainly about now, like last year, I became a really good rider and I became a decent actor. And this last year's the way I feel about it. But I can't run as fast as I did. What I'm supposed to be good at, I've gotten better at.